This is a list of my top 5 favorite shows. And unlike my top favorite directors, this is a list that is in a particular order. And number one is definitely number one. Keep in mind you. So without further ado, let's get into this. Number 5, Firefly. I saw Jeremy John's review for the show because I saw the set on Amazon. It's $15, complete series, cool collector's set. And I want to watch this. I don't know if it's any good. I watched Jeremy John's review. And I thought, it's okay. Alright, I'll check this. Seems like an interesting, cool sci-fi show. I bought the set. It showed up. I watched all the episodes. And I didn't know TV shows could be this good until I saw Firefly. It hit. Amazing character work, writing, effects, dialogue, just watching the characters play off of each other. Everything you would want in a great TV show is here. Plus, it's just a cool sci-fi show that has a great continuation with Serenity. I mean, seriously, if you've never seen the show Firefly, this is a cult hit for a reason. It was canceled way too soon. Amazing show. One of the best TV shows ever made. So next up, it's really hard, honestly, to choose like a set of favorite shows, but I'm gonna go with Gravity Falls. I think this show would be higher on the list, but the thing is, it's a great show. But it is such a good show. It is such a great show. Just, I never felt like it realized its full potential. The show was only 2 seasons. Just, of course, this third disc is just the special features, or third case, I mean. But it's just these 2 short seasons. Brilliant. Amazing seasons. Some of the pacing is off in season 2, though. And it feels like, okay, but if you'd gotten more time to work this out, you could have made at least a 4-season, fantastic, great show. Maybe you had a couple bad episodes in there. Because, I mean, it's necessary for all shows to have bad episodes to live the life that they need to. And not saying I wanted some bad episodes. I feel like if the show had gone on for 4 episodes, we would have at least gotten 1 bad episode. There were no bad episodes. Same thing with Firefly. And this show hurts more than Firefly for me because I like this show more than Firefly. I think it's just a great overall show. And I think the animation is really good. I like the art style. And I think it's also just really funny. Like, there are so many episodes I just rewatched to laugh at. My favorite episode is Bottomless Pit, just for the amount of funny bits with the characters that make me laugh so freaking hard. Little Gift Shop of Horrors is probably my second favorite episode. Just such a good show. Too bad it was cut short. I got 8 or 10 seasons here. I think it's 10 seasons. There's 11 seasons. I don't even know anymore. Adventure Time. I love Adventure Time. I pretty much was watching it since it aired, and then I don't know. My dad just thought it was annoying, and he didn't let me watch it for many years. And I looking back at it, I'm like, that's just so unfair. Like, you know, it's like I'm not allowed to watch it because you find it annoying. Really? That's kind of dumb. But when I watched it later, and I'm glad I watched this show later, I was able to just binge watch all the episodes, and it made it significantly better to see the world, the world and the characters of the show progress into something that they didn't start out as first. It just started off as silly adventures, but it started to progress into something almost unworldly. It was beautiful. The comedy here is excellent. The characters, the animation, just so much about the show. It's so creative. It's influenced by D&D, and it just one of the most influential cartoons ever made because of how brilliant it is. Some of the darker themes about death and existentialism, and I Remember You is just an episode that always makes me cry. Simon and Marcy, another sequel episode to that one, just almost makes me cry. The Fry song, just so many great iconic moments that fans from the show will forever remember. And they're bringing it back for HBO Max. And I just want to touch on this for a minute. I'm not excited for it. The show ended. They're bringing it back too soon. And it's just specials. It's not like they're bringing it back for a whole nother season or something to wrap up all the loose ends. Or they're making a spinoff with Shermie and Beth, which would have made more sense. So I'm just not excited for that. But yeah, that's Dealio. And then let's get to one more show before I get to number one, which is the objective best show ever made, number one. I'm kidding, but Avatar: Last Airbender. I heard this show was good. I bought the show, I think it was $20 on DVD. I sat down, I watched it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought the first few episodes were kind of slow. It got better and better as the show went on. And I ordered Korra on Blu-ray because Avatar was not on Blu-ray at the time. By the way, this set is bullcrap on Blu-ray. These episodes literally cannot be transferred to Blu-ray, so it's just the same quality as the DVD. I have it on Blu-ray because it looks nicer, saying I have the show on Blu-ray, plus it takes less room on the shelf, but it's not actual Blu-ray. But I watched Korra. So I started watching Korra because Avatar had finished. I thought it was a great show. I think I just thought it was good. I don't know if I thought it was like great, but it was like, ooh. I started watching Korra. My mom started getting into it. And I started looking at Korra and I'm like, this is not a good show. This is not the same show. It doesn't work the same. It's just such bad writing. I don't like it. It got worse and worse as the show went along. It was a lot darker and trying to be edgier and more adult, which the good part about Avatar is it could have been enjoyed by anyone, but it was just still a show made for kids. Korra is not like that. I think it's much darker, and which almost makes it feel more childish in a sense. It's a show that's taking a show meant for children and trying to be adult, and that makes it seem more childish. And yeah, I just can't stand that. So I didn't get into it, Korra. And then it hit me. My mom goes, I've never seen Avatar. I want to watch this. So we watched it. And seeing the moments where she reacted to Zuko, and she was crying in scenes, and I was crying at moments and things. When I was rewatching the episodes alone too. It's one of those shows, with every repeat viewing, it gets better. I can't just go back and watch one episode of Avatar. I gotta go back and I gotta watch every single episode of the whole series. 3 seasons long. Masterful storytelling, masterful characters, masterful animation, cinematography. It's just an insanely beautiful, amazing world of just such great characters that almost make me cry because of how great they are. And it's just wow. So number one is Alf. I don't even have a reason. I just find this show insanely funny. I think it's insanely witty. I love Alf as a character. I used to have an Alf plushie. I used to own all the DVD sets and stuff. I freaking loved Alf. I still love Alf. My favorite show ever made. In terms of honorable mentions, I wanted to put Rebels and Clone Wars on this list. They would have been on the same spot. But I have a reason I didn't put Clone Wars. Clone Wars, I can't rewatch the episodes that much. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of layers to the episodes. They're attached to arcs, and they're just not all that rewatchable. They're all good episodes, brilliant, well-made, well-written episodes, but just not super rewatchable for me personally. Rebels just falls apart by season 3, and then really falls apart by season 4. Just why'd they end the show like that? They knew it was ending, and they left it, spoiler alert, on this cliffhanger where Ezra goes missing, and it's Sabine and Ahsoka trying to find him, and it also just does not continue Clone Wars properly. It's not as good. I enjoy it more personally, I think, because it is just easier to watch, but it's less good. The writing's just not there, the story's just not there, the vision is just not there, and yeah, I mean, it's just such a bad such a bad ending to otherwise pretty decent, fun Star Wars show, which is the opposite of Clone Wars, which ends masterfully and beautiful. I freaking love the ending of Clone Wars, even though I think it came a little bit too late. Knowing Ahsoka and Rex don't die because they're in Rebels is just kind of like, it ruins the fun of actually seeing that play out on screen. But either way, I really like the shows. I just think everything else on this list I like way more, and just, they're more rewatchable for me personally. I rewatched Adventure Time, Alf, Avatar. I rewatched Firefly once or twice. It's the only one I haven't rewatched that much, but I've rewatched Gravity Falls over and over again. So